Well, on that, I guess we'll move on, and since those are our top five QBs, I guess we'll jump right into the running backs, which I think kind of turned out to be a little bit more surprising than expected.
Yeah.
So the first running back taken, to my surprise at least, because he was fourth on my board, was Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
12 to 1, baby. 12 to 1.
So yeah, I think he ended up in such a great fit with Kansas City. Like he seems like the perfect like Andy Reid type of running back too. But what I thought was today was hearing that they're gonna try to start Damien Williams still and let Edwards-Helaire kind of sizzle on the bench for a little bit, which might not be the worst idea in the world, but I still think if they were to take him in the first round, they would at least try to kind of implement him right away. But I like the pick regardless, and I think it'll be a really nice fit and can be sort of like McCoy in his prime, I'd say. Kind of adding up to that a little bit, I think, for Edwards.
There's a couple things to like. You brought up a good point about the whole Damien Williams thing. But like I said, it's only May, right? Like anything can happen come September. And then, I mean, the Chiefs are in a good spot. Like they don't really need immediate production out of Hilaire to stay afloat or anything. You know, if they can kind of like ease him in, and then by the end of the season, like yeah, he'll be the number one guy for sure. As for like the second running back that was taken, was that Taylor or Swift?
It was Taylor.
Taylor, Jonathan Taylor. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, even Jonathan Taylor, like team wise, he went to a good team. Like they have a great offensive line. But like he still has to worry about Marlon Mack. I don't think long term Mack is a big issue, but it was kind of surprising to see that only Hilaire was like the main guy who you might get immediate production out of. So I don't know. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, actually, I think Swift was the second running back taken by the Lions at 35.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, no, I agree. I really like Jonathan Taylor's landing spot. I think it's probably the best place to run in the NFL, just with that Frank Reich scheme. Mix that with one of the best running back offensive lines there is in football. The only issue for him now is having Marlon Mack ahead of him in the depth chart. I honestly don't think that's going to be a big deal trying to leap him in that fact. Like, I don't know. Both of them actually. The Jonathan Taylor story, he definitely had a nice landing spot, and I'm excited to see what he'll do, Indy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think all running backs after Hilaire, so Taylor, Swift, and then Dobbins, like they all went to a team that they have a starter running back on the team now. But I feel like if you wait and you're patient towards like the end of this year or next year, like you'll get your return for sure. Like he should be the starter by next year. As for Dobbins, like he went to a good spot. He has to worry about Mark Ingram this year, obviously, but if you look at Baltimore offense, like if you're on the offense in general, you get a gigantic upgrade already. So, I mean, personally, if I was gonna go Dobbins or Swift, I'd probably go Dobbins for sure, just based on the offense in general. But then I don't know what do you guys think on that? Because that's like one of the debates I'm having too right now.
Yeah. Dobbins, I think he's definitely a bit more of a question mark than he was before, because you're right. Like he might have to wait like a year or two with the Ravens before he can really flourish. But if they do end up starting him, like he will definitely be like a top running back right away. Just in the like it's just built for a running back like him. But yeah, he's got Ingram to compete with, and Justice Hill and Gus Edwards, such a deep running back pool already. So it'll be interesting to see where he ends up. DeAndre Swift, I think again, yeah, he's also going to be a backup, probably doing a lot of third down snaps and everything. So a lot of passing game and stuff like that. So yeah, you're going to have to be patient with the running backs this year. So it's going to be hard to tell who's going to be the best one straight away. So yeah, I'm interested to see what unfolds with this running back class.
Yeah. So Sebastian, you're asking between Swift and Dobbs, right?
Yeah.
Honestly, for me, I am not that like all of it. I think the Lions have been putting together a good offensive line, and I think that Swift doesn't like. I mean, Kerryon Johnson has been very good when he plays, but he hasn't been playing often. So he's probably got an easier fight to get to that starting spot maybe this year, where I think Dobbins, I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see what happens with him. But I know that after, I think, the next year, the 2021 season, Mark Ingram has an out and Justice Hill have outs on their contract or won't be there. So he pretty much has full reign of I would say personally, the Baltimore Ravens have the best running offense in the NFL. Like the amount of it's probably between them and the 49ers.
Yeah.
But just they have Lamar Jackson, and the linebackers are going to wait that extra second because they need to make sure that the running back has the ball in the hand, and it's not their other running back, Lamar Jackson, running it. But I think if you definitely get the RB1 for the Baltimore Ravens in Dynasty, like that's probably the best position to have. Like you saw how well Mark Ingram did this year.
Mm-hmm.
Justice Hill was a guy that I kind of had like hopes on that he'd be like that sleeper you could kind of pick up, trade for, or maybe even someone drops him that just takes full control. But with Dobbins here, there's really no chance of him doing that.
And like even for Ingram, like he got hurt a couple times last year too. So even after this year, like he could be gone out of the picture.
Mm-hmm.
I just worry about Swift because like this is a Matt Patricia and who's the GM, Bob Quinn. Like after this year, who knows? They could be fired, right?
Yeah.
Like even Matt Patricia's record with running backs, it's not the best. So I'm kind of hesitant about that, even though all he has to worry about is a Kerryon Johnson injury, and you know that's coming for sure. Like you know that's coming.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I want to bank on that only. So I have to Dobbins for sure.
If you know the Lions, then they have not been able to develop a running game at all, like in the past year, Stafford. And that's kind of been really bad to see for them because, their offense could be a lot better because Matt Stafford is one of the more consistent QBs. But, maybe a guy like Swift helps them out. But, yeah, I don't see it right away. So it's going to be interesting with these running backs and, how their careers unfold. But, yeah, I think if I was to pick one, I would probably lean towards Swift right now and Dobbins probably in the future.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like